Hi, I'm Bryan with the Dayton Society of Natural History. Way back when I was a kid, I used to make my own holiday ornaments that my parents still keep on our tree to this day. So I'm here in our Do Lab, sponsored by Vectrin, and today we're going to be making our own unique holiday ornaments using science. So the cool thing about this activity is that it's a great way to spend time with your family because you'll need adult supervision. Because you will be using boiling water. We will also be using a fuzzy stick, some yarn and scissors, a pencil. You'll also need a large glass container with something to stir. And you will need some borax, a common household cleaner, and 1 tablespoon. For this activity, there are a couple of different concepts we need to go over. The first one is going to be supersaturated solutions. A supersaturated solution is a mixture containing solid particles that are large enough to settle outside of a liquid. So for this, we will be making our own solution. That's made up of 2 different things, the solvent and the solute. The solvent in this case is water, and the solute is salt. When they're combined, you get your solution. Crystallization is the other concept we'll be covering. Crystallization is a natural process which occurs as materials solidify outside of a liquid. An example of this would be snowflakes precipitating from the sky, or giant cave crystals forming from sediment deposit. The first step of this activity is going to be taking your fuzzy stick and bending it into whatever shape you'd like. For my activity, I've chosen to create a little heart, but if you want to make a candy cane, another heart, maybe a star or a snowflake, you're welcome to do so. You're also going to take your piece of string. If you have yarn, you're going to cut it. You're going to want your string to be long enough that your ornament is submerged in the water, but you also want it to be short enough that it's not touching the bottom. I'll show you all my example right here. As you can see, my heart is floating, not touching the bottom or the sides of our container. Now the next thing you're going to do is with your adult, take your boiling water. I have about 3 cups here, and you're going to start pouring that into your container. So as you can see, it's very hot, so please be careful. And you're going to want to take your borax here, our solutes, and you're going to need about 3 or 4 scoops per solution. And you're going to start pouring that into your water. And between every 3 or 4 scoops, you're going to want to stir your solution up. So I'm going to let that go in. Alrighty, and then we're going to add some more. I have now added enough borax until it no longer dissolves into the water, which was 9 scoops. I'm now going to stir this supersaturated solution a bit more before putting the ornament into the solution. Now the next part of this activity is waiting overnight for the crystallization process to start occurring. So you're going to want to put this in a place where it's not going to be disturbed by younger siblings, pets, or anything else that might affect the experiment. So I'm going to leave my ornament here, and I'll be back in 24 hours to check it and see how the crystallization process is going. So it's been about 24 hours, so let's check on our experiments. As you can see, our borax solution has formed around our heart, and we have some nice crystals there. So it's actually still a little wet. What you're going to want to do is take a dry glass of some sort and put your heart in there to let it dry. There we go. So what's happening here? First, I want you to imagine a bunch of penguins. And these penguins are going to represent molecules. When it's nice and warm out, all of our penguins are spread out, they're doing their own thing. But when it gets colder, all of our penguins come together and huddle. This is what happens with our borax molecules. They were in the warm water that was carrying them all out, they were spread apart, but as they cooled off, they came together and formed these nice crystals we have. So something else you can do with this experiment is actually add a little bit of food coloring to your solution for some really cool colors. Well, that's all I have today. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button, be sure to subscribe and ping that notification bell so you know every time we post. Enjoy the holiday season with your family, and I'll see you next time.